Hello, Magic Watchers, and welcome to Match 4 of League 26. We are currently 3-0 and on the play, joined by my cousin Zach today for yet another match. This hand is very land heavy, has a Ravager, has an Opal, so we can turn 1 the Ravager with 0 protection for it. We do have a decent amount of fuel for the Ravager, and we can cast pretty much anything in the deck. But if Ravager is killed, then we're not looking so hot. However, being on the play and being in the blind, I think I'm okay with keeping it.
Yeah,
It's iffy.
it's gonna be a slog, but we'll see
Yeah.
what happens. Remember Dark Steel?
What about it?
No, I thought that you were clicking on the Nexus.
Well, so alternatively, I could play just the Nexus, Opal, Ornithopter, and yes, I don't get to play Ravager, but then next turn I have something I can dump his token onto.
That's true.
So that's a tough choice. I think I'm going to go aggressive and get it out there turn 1. Make him have something. If it's a bolt, I could... Oh, it's just a guide? Okay, well, I'm fine with the play I made then. I could block with Ornithopter. It is Mox Opal. I could block with Ravager. I'm okay with that. It might be a little too aggressive. I'm going to do it anyway.
It seems good.
Knowing that another Opal is coming and being able to stop the Goblin Guide early on seems pretty good. I would actually have wanted something a little better than Opal, but what are you going to do? I'm going to get in with Ravager since it's damage. I might even sacrifice the Citadel since I have so many lands. That would put me off of being able to cast Karn if he comes about. Yeah, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to save the mana for now.
Yeah, then your Opal's turned off.
Yep. And we don't want that. Being able to stop the guide was pretty good. That's usually some decent free damage for them. Oh,
Oh, it's just 8
it's not
whack.
burn. Okay. So they played and kicked a Bushwhacker for 1 guy. That seems really aggressive on their part.
Yeah.
Is there a point in me activating the Nexus and blocking? I'd have to sack the Ravager. That seems bad.
Yeah. I'd say you just let it
I
hit
just
you.
take the 2. I don't. Yeah, there's no reason for me to not do that. And if they don't attack here, okay, yeah.
I don't think they kicked it to not hit you.
Yeah. Overseer's pretty good. So I can play a Citadel, play Overseer, activate Nexus, swing with it and Ravager.
Well, let's see.
3, 4,
1.
5, 6, 7, 8. It's not enough. But I'm definitely doing this no matter what.
And then you can attack with the Ink Moth too.
Yeah.
Because then next turn they're dead to the infect.
Yeah. Is there a point on going all in, almost all in on them now? Can they kill Ink Moth? Nah. Play a
I
little.
mean, they run bolts.
Right, but he'd be too big. If I sacrifice almost everything on it right now,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to.
I mean, you attack with.
You think attack with Ravager? I mean, he's a decent blocker if I
Okay.
need to.
Hit him with the Nexus.
Yeah. Seems fine. So the worry there is that they have mana open and they leave it for a bolt to kill the Nexus in response to dumping the counters on the Nexus. Whereas if I went all in on the Nexus right then, they would need. We counted. It'd be an 8/8. They would have needed 3 bolts to kill it. Whereas
Ruins.
whereas now they just need 1 to kill it in response. And so now I have
But
to
I'm
play a lot more conservatively.
potentially, but
I
8
mean,
whack.
that's also fine.
I see them potentially going all in.
It's usually what they do.
Yeah, figured.
Okay. I mean, I don't care about this. They already played a land for turn. They be dead.
Mm-hmm.
And I can block one of them for free. It doesn't matter which. I could even block this one and eat a Darksteel Citadel because we're planning on that anyway.
Do it. Or you could just eat it all and be like, I don't care.
That is something I could do. I'm not going to do it, but I could.
Iceman, take the damage.
Oh, got it. I thought you meant eat with Ravager.
No, and I realized that afterwards I needed a phrasing.
Freezing. Do bunch of activations. Do do do. Do do do. Can I count? Yes, I can. So that's 8, so I only need to eat one more thing. Just gonna eat the pest. Alright, so 8 whack. Whip flares.
Mm-hmm.
That might be it.
Yeah. Aether Grid is like too slow.
Yeah, they're gonna be killing me by the time I get there. So then what? Karn probably out because he's slow.
Yeah. That was a really weird hand they kept.
Yeah.
Or just their sequencing. Like, I don't know why they led with the first Bushwhacker.
Right. You want to leave that back when you're hitting really hard.
Like, you want to maybe chain those Bushwhackers.
Mm-hmm. Stubby D's not gonna help there, right? They have too many creatures.
They have bolts and goblin grenades, to my knowledge. But
So maybe, but probably not. It's
I think
probably
Vault Scourge is probably your best bet, too, so I'm pretty sure you're fine.
yeah. We'll give a light sideboard a try. It's usually people say it's usually better anyway. This
Yeesh.
Yeah, if it had a land
It'd be
and still
good.
these 3/0 drops, it'd be good, but it doesn't. So mulligan. This is fine.
Better.
I would love a Whip Flare or a G Blast.
You have an Overseer, I'd say keep it.
Yeah.
Let's try on the draw.
It also turns Opal on turn 1, so I can drop a turn 1 Overseer. Legion Loyalist.
That's the dangerous one.
Yep. First Strike and Trample. And can't be blocked by tokens. The tokens are irrelevant, but the First Strike and Trample Very
Very scary.
relevant. So this won't get Volt Scourge out, but Steel Overseer out is definitely
Right.
really,
So
really
then
good.
your Scourge next turn is bigger.
Yep. I could even play the Scourge for life, activate Nexus, activate Overseer, swing in with Infect. Forked Bolt. That's really bad.
Gross.
That's really bad. They didn't. Why? Oh, because I could have just blocked. Okay. I'm. I'm only getting in for 3 if I play the plating. I can play both though, for 2 life. I think that's fine.
Mm-hmm. Well, they
What?
well they most likely brought in Smash Smithereens.
Oh, Destroy Tartagar. Yeah. But
I mean, it kills everything in your deck, so
yeah,
it doesn't matter.
yeah. And if they don't have anything, a plated Scourge is gonna do some work. They seem to be stuck on 1 land, which is probably pretty darn good. That, to me, indicates that they have lots of good 2-drops. Quite certain that I do not block with Ornithopter here or in the near future due to a possible Forked Bolt.
Yeah, it's only 1 damage so far.
Right. Mog Fanatic. Okay. So at this point, then, if I played up the Volt Scourge, they probably kill it with Mog Fanatic. So I think I instead played up the Ornithopter and attack with both. It doesn't give me life, correct, but I then actually do damage. And this way I can gain a life still, which in this current state still seems pretty good.
Yep. Assuming they don't just pop it.
Right. If they do, then I made the correct call. And I made the correct call. I'm going to go ahead and activate my artifacts here to get in for more with Ornithopter.
Mm-hmm.
So now they're going to get in for that free damage, which is smart. At this point, they could have a bolt up. That seems kind of iffy on their part. Oh, okay. I think I still play this before combat to get the extra damage for Ornithopter.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also contemplating activating the Nexus and attacking with it, but I guess that doesn't do any better. Or does it?
No, I think you might be better off just using the Opal and the Nexus to activate both Nexuses.
Yeah.
Because then that's +2 damage.
Well, but the Nexus attacking, it's a wash, actually. Because Nexus will add a damage, but it being around will add a damage. Whereas if it activates itself and the Opal activates Nexus, the biggest thing about either one is this can get me in for an extra point of damage if they bolt Ornithopter.
Mm-hmm.
If I don't, then them bolting Ornithopter means I attack for 0.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see the argument there.
I'm going to go with that one. Just going to go on the aggressive, since if they get any sort of mana, this game will probably turn around. Overseer is also a really good target for them to bolt. In which case, the entire conversation about Blinkmoth Nexus made no difference.
Yeah, it means that they want that dead, and they might only have the one removal spell, so they wanted that thing dead so it didn't snowball.
Mm-hmm. Getting in for that one at a time. They just kept a land with a lot of removal by the look of it. That'll be useful later. Not really right now. So I guess I'm going to activate and attack with both of these. I'm not too concerned about trying to make them worried about what's in my hand. And I'd rather just attack on all sorts of fronts.
Yeah, let's see what they get.
The biggest concern here would, yeah, they had another removal for Ornithopter. So they totally just kept a hand full of removal.
Apparently.
And so alternatively, I could have activated just Nexus with the Ink Moth and could have instant equipped the plating over, which would have gotten me in for more damage. Steel Overseer. So I'm pretty sure Whip Flare now is reasonable. And I can't do that quite yet. So I'm going to Overseer first. And then Whip Flare. Yeah, that knocks me off of doing some damage this turn, but it got me a guy on the field and killed two of theirs. Bushy. Fine with that. Another plating. Jeez. So I'm just gonna go for damage now. Just pretty much going all in on this shenanigans. We're gonna activate this. Activate Overseer. 12, I'm pretty sure with the mana they have is insufficient to get me dead next turn. Even with 2 mana, I don't know what they're going to do. That's going to outright kill me at 12 life.
Yeah. Pretty sure you're safe.
Yeah. All right. Awesome.
Got it.
4080. See you in the final match.